Hello, people of the internet. This is M&K Xbox after with a long-awaited return. Maybe not. Anyway, with a Cromwell
Yes.
review of the Cromwell. Finally, me and Ben have been grinding. We've got this tank. Well, I got this tank quite a while ago, but I wasn't in a position to review it because I didn't have all the best equipment. I didn't have all the this, that, and the other. And Ben just recently got it fully upgraded as well. I don't have a 100% crew, and neither does Ben, so we can just sort of tell you what we think is good for the crew skills, but we'll get into that later. Anyway. On with the actual review. So the Cromwell is, of course, a British Tier 6 medium tank. I've grown to love this tank. Really, really very much like this tank. Alongside with the VK3601H over here, it is fast becoming one of my favourite tanks in the game. Because of its quick play style, it's, awesome, amazing, fast punchy gun. It's just a great tank. So we'll start off with some of the characteristics of this awesome British medium death machine over here. So it has 750 hit points, which is, well, I think it's all right for a British for a medium tank at tier 6. I mean, it's got well, I say it's got less, but it only has 10 hit points less than the 3601H. But of course, with the 3601, I am using the downgraded turret. Now, I did promise a 3601H review. And I did have a replay that I was going to use for it, but that was from the old patch, and there's no way to watch them, so can't do that. So we're doing the Cromwell review instead. Anywho, that's me being thrown off topic. Anyway, so it has a nice 29.5 ton weight limit and a 28.38 weight at the moment, along with my vents, my gun laying drive, and fully upgraded everything, apart from the radio, I think. Oh no, I've got the radio, it's just I don't have the gun. I haven't got everything researched, but oh well, who gives a crap. Anyway, so, with a 650 horsepower engine, it's a very, very, very fast tank. It's really, really, really good, and it accelerates really quick, so it's got a really great power-to-weight ratio to it. And, of course, it's demonstrated just here with the 64 kilometers an hour, and it's not one of those tanks that says, oh yeah, I'm going to get to 64 kilometers an hour in 10 years. It's not one of those shitty tanks. I mean, the
Just like the AMX-40.
Yeah, I mean, the IS-7 says it does 59.6 kilometers an hour. I haven't gotten past fucking 25 on that thing. And yes, I have got the IS-7, just pointing that out now. I haven't got past 25 kilometers an hour on that thing, so, yeah, it definitely reaches that 64 kilometers an hour. You will see it, and you will use it, definitely, to get out of sticky situations. And it's got a tremendous 36 degrees per second hull rotation speed, which is phenomenally good. It's really, really maneuverable and fast and fun to play because it has that speed, that maneuverability there. And now we get to the shitty end of the stick when it comes to the Cromwell, the armour. It has shit smeared on a piece of paper for armour. That's the armour of the Cromwell, if there's anything to describe it towards. You can't use the armour to play this tank. I mean, in tanks like the IS-3, the Ferdinand, the Tiger, you use the armour to play the tank as well as the gun, of course. But you rely on the armour to get you out of situations. The key with the Cromwell is you don't stop moving. You don't get shot in the first place, so the armour doesn't have to be used because you don't get shot at in the first place. The armour is worth nothing. It's bullshit. It's a load of crap. But of course, because of the low armour, it gives it a lower weight, higher speed, higher traverse speed, so there is the trade-off of that. I mean, if it had shit armour, shit traverse speed, shit speed, then I'd probably look at this and laugh. But I'm not, because it's the Cromwell and it's an amazing tank. Now, the standard shell damage I'll cover, of course, with the gun when I get onto that, and the rate of fire and everything. The turret traverse speed is very good, and, along with the 48 degrees per second traverse speed, along with the speed and the hull traverse speed, allows this to be a fast flanking medium. Allows you to get around the sides and the rear of lone heavy tanks, which you can do. You're not gonna ever struggle to get your turret pointed in the direction of a tank that you're encircling. Never gonna see that. 360 meter view range, which is actually quite good for a tier 6 medium tank. I'm not sure, but the 3601H, 10 meters more, but the highest, most tier 10s have a 400 meter view range. apart from the 48 Patton, I believe, which has a 410 meter view range. I'm not too sure, but you know, for a tier 6, it's got great view range. It's not a half-blind tank. You know, you can use this as a scout if you have to, and you can because you know, again, the speed limit. It always comes back to the speed, the traverse speed, turret traverse speed. It all comes back to that. This tank is what you need to use it for. Don't use it to, you know, go head to head with a fucking E100. That's a very extreme situation.
You'll never get into a tier 10 game.
No, well, you know, it's an extreme situation. Don't go head to head with a heavy tank. Go around the sides, go around the rear, shoot them up the arse. You know, give them a bit of surprise butt sex if you have to. Signal range, I don't really give a fuck about the radio. I've never really given a fuck about the radio. The only reason why I'll upgrade it is to get it to an elite tank. I mean, in a light tank like the ELC over here, I would be slightly more bothered about getting the radio and all that because it's a light tank. But you know, the primary use of the Cromwell isn't to be a light tank. You can use it as a light tank if you have to, if you get into a tier 8 game, but primarily it's not. I've been babbling on for quite a while now. Anyway, so onto the crew skills. Now, the commander I would probably suggest going for, if we take a look here, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'd probably say, first and foremost, get recon. Get recon, and then after that I'd go for Sixth Sense. Mostly because you want to increase the maximum view range, so you know, if you have to be a scout in these situations, you can use it as a scout, and you can make it even more effective just playing it as a medium as well. And then of course Sixth Sense allows you to be alert. Notice that I'm not going for the same crew skill setup as I go for my heavy tanks, which is getting the repair skills as high as they can possibly go. It's because it's a different tank, it's a different type of tank. So yeah. For the gunner, I would go for Snapshot, so it increases the turret accuracy. The accuracy whilst you're turning the turret, which basically means that along with you know, going around and encircling people, you'll be more accurate. You'll be able to hit people's weak spots whilst encircling them. You'll be able to hit them at all to begin with. It also means that if you're turning a turret and, you know, you're popping out of cover, zipping in and out of cover really, really quickly, it means that you've already got a small bonus and you don't have to wait that extra, you know, I don't know, 5 seconds for the circle to shrink. It just makes it a lot better. And for the same reasons, you should probably go for Smooth Ride for the driver over here. You know, again, just increasing the accuracy whilst firing on the move, you know. So it just makes the tank better suited to its purpose. I mean, it's already great for the purpose it's at, but it just makes it even better. For the radio operator, I believe it is situational awareness, just here. Go for that, increase the view range yet again, so it just makes it better suited. And the loader, I've never really found anything of use with the loader. There's nothing useful there that's immediate. They're all perks, so you have to wait for them to get to 100%. So if there's something here that you particularly want to go for, I don't know, I mean, if there's something here that you particularly want to go for, then I'd suggest using one of these first, but other than that, go for Brothers in Arms, because it just makes all of these guys' crew skills better. Now, to help this Brothers in Arms over here, I fitted vents and a gun rammer to make this thing fire even faster, which I'll get onto in a second. The vents just gives +5 crew skills to all of these guys, so it basically means that his, you know, when I get it, his recon will be better, his thingy-mabob firing on the move will be better, no, his firing on the move will be better, turret traverse will be better, you know, view range will be better, and it'll just make his Brothers in Arms better, which will make all of that better as well. So it's all sort of recurring, going around in a nice big circle, and the gun rammer just makes that fire faster. Right then, on to the modules that you can use for this, that you can get for the Cromwell. Now, stock, you will get all of these things, and when you first get the Cromwell, you will think, what a pile of shit! Oh my god! Because it moves at the speed of a snail. It's terrible. You know, you see all these people zipping around in their Cromwells, and you go, this thing doesn't go that fast, the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, because you've got to get these two best engines over here, so the tracks and the engines. The tracks and the engine really is what gives the Cromwell its edge. Definitely. The turret, you know, I think it just gives a little bit better view range, I believe, and slightly better turret traverse. Oh no, same turret traverse, same view range, same to be honest, I don't even know why that's there. It's such a pointless addition because it has exactly the same characteristics. It just allows you to fit this 75mm Vickers gun, which is absolutely fantastic. 145mm of penetration, 135 average damage, and the rate of fire 12.5 to 15.4 rounds a minute. That is phenomenal, and the accuracy is amazing, so is the aiming time, and it doesn't weigh too much either, which allows it to go even faster. You could, I suppose, if you wanted, use the other 75mm Vickers gun, or no, 75mm gun, but you'd be a fucking idiot to do it, because you actually lose penetration from the 6-pounder that you get at the Crusader over here, so it's kind of stupid. I mean, it's preference really, but there are some tanks that you can mix and match modules, like with the VK. With the Cromwell, you need this gun. This gun makes the Cromwell so much better than it already is. And of course I fitted the gun rammer, so that 12.5 to 15.4 second reload gets even faster. You get even more shots off a minute. So I've, waffled on about various random crap for long enough. I'm gonna pass you over to Ben now, who's gonna just tell you a bit more about the characteristics of the Cromwell play style, ins and outs of some of the more in-depth stuff that you can't see from the raw stats here.
Okay, well, as you can see straight away, if you look at the front of the Cromwell, you can tell there is absolutely no sloping whatsoever.
Apart from just a tiny little bit, but it doesn't help.
And if you get shot in the front, it's going to penetrate, it's going to go through. The front of the tank is extremely flat, the front of the turret is extremely flat, the sides, the rear, the back of the turret, everything is just flat. And like AK said, with the hull armour being only 64, 32, 32, if you take a shot from even a tier 5 or even a tier 4, it's going to go through. So you cannot at all rely on the armour of this tank. Even angling doesn't work most of the time because the armor's so thin. But
there will be the occasional time where you bounce a shot and you will think, how the fuck did that happen? But, it's a very lucky bounce where someone's shot you and it's literally just gone fitink like that. And they've been an idiot and they haven't shot at the side of your tank. They've shot at the really high angle of the front. But yeah, anyway.
But, so yeah, it's going to be rare if you bounce a shot from this. But because of the playstyle of this tank, the main aim is not to get shot, because you're flanking heavy tanks, you're getting around the back and the sides, and their turret traverse is slower than what you can, how fast you can circle them. And because this gun has such a monstrous rate of fire of 15.38 rounds a second, Jesus.
Fucking hell, that'd be like a friggin' minigun.
And it does 101 to 169 damage, and you will see 169 fairly often. I mean, I normally see 150 damage each time I fire this gun. And if you hunt in packs, I mean, we normally play in a platoon of 3, and we all have Cromwells, and if you circle like a KV-1S, he has no chance, because this gun is just
his 122
ridiculous.
A pack of 3 Cromwells just laugh at the 122 mil of the KV-1S, because okay, yeah, it does 300 damage to you, but then all 3 Cromwells are doing 300 damage every 2 seconds to him. So
yeah.
Or even more. So it's just completely worthless. And the Cromwell in a pack of 3 or even 2 becomes a deadly machine.
Very deadly tank. Now, what have I got fitted? I've got fitted onto this a small medipack, a small repair kit, and a manual fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher can be quite helpful. The medikit can also be quite helpful. Repair kit, well, you rarely use it.
The repair kit is invaluable. I don't know what you're trying to say there, but the repair kit is absolutely invaluable, because when you're moving at the speed you're moving at, and then all of a sudden you get your tracks blown off.
You're dead.
Because basically when you get your tracks blown off and you're moving at that speed, this track gets blown off, but this track is still moving, so you swivel onto your side. So all of a sudden these big nasty heavy tanks have got your flank. And they start shooting into them. So if you've got this repair kit, you can fix your tracks immediately and get the fuck out of there.
But most of the time, if there's a few heavy tanks there and you get tracked, you're going to die.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. Even if you repair your tracks, you're going to maybe make 10 meters, and then you're just going to get destroyed.
Yeah. I haven't had to use the fire extinguisher too many times, but I always have this set up on every single one of my tanks, just in case. Just you never know. I do get set on fire occasionally, but it's very rare. And again, the repair kit. I said repair kit, pointing at the first aid kit. The first aid kit, if you get your driver killed, it will slow you down. Driver and loader, you know, those are the two people that you really want to avoid having dead for the rest of the battle. And of course they get less experience. Dead crew members get less experience per battle, so I always carry a repair kit, medikit, repair kit, and a fire extinguisher. Yeah, that thing.
But the engine on this has a 20% chance of fire, but I think I've only been set on fire once with the Cromwell. I mean, I presume that the engine is situated near the back of the tank, but don't quote me on that. So
it certainly looks like it.
It certainly looks like the engine's located at the back.
There's a big sort of empty space, and I'm pretty sure that big sort of cowling thing at the back is the exhaust.
Yeah.
Again, don't take it from me, but I'm just guessing. I think the transmission is in the back and the engine is in the back. So
yeah, if you're going to shoot a Cromwell, shoot it in the back. And
well, if you're going to shoot at a Cromwell, just shoot it anyway, because you're going to pen it.
Yeah, but if you want to set it on fire, that's where to shoot it. But you shouldn't need to even set it on fire, because with 750 hit points and weak armor, it can take 2 shots from a KV-1S and that's it. It's going to be dead. But yeah, like we say, you shouldn't be needing to get shot because you're flanking these tanks and getting around the back of them and putting shots into their side. And the thing is, if you play in a pack of 2 or even 3 Cromwells and one of them dies, the other Cromwell is going to be on the other side of the tank, because generally you circle in kind of opposite to each other. So if one of them dies, the tank still has to turn his turret 180 degrees before he can shoot the second Cromwell, and he's going to be dead before he even gets his turret round. So I believe that is really all I can say about the tank. Yeah,
well, looking at the Cromwell from the garage, there's not much to say. The raw stats certainly give a lot, but how does it actually play? How do you put this into practice? I feel so cheesy saying this. Well, we're about to find out. We're about to find out, everyone. No, we're going to go into a game now and watch how this thing actually plays, putting it all into practice. Okay, so this is the game I was talking about before. I'm actually in a platoon with one of the clanmates, Brum. He's got every single fucking tank in the game, literally. So yeah, looking from the raw statistics, we have a 44% chance to win, and I wasn't feeling too confident about myself at this point. And I thought, well, I'm going to try and use this thing as a scout to begin with, just see what the enemy movements are. What the enemy movements are, to be exact. So I decided to head up over here along with Brum. Just scout over the ridge line over about here, over around this ridge line, just over down here around E789. Or at least I think I am. Yeah, I am. It looks like I am. And then when I realised that there wasn't anyone actually going through up over here, going through into the village, I decided to say to Brum, okay, right, we're going to pop up into this little village over here and sneak around the back, and we take out the Hummel and the Grill, I believe, or I certainly do anyway. So I make my first pass going up like that, and swoop back towards the Stug and Brum. And at this point I'm thinking, this is very odd, I haven't seen anyone. I'll make another pass round. So I loop around the back, again using the speed. Of course I am travelling uphill, so you can't see the large speed of the Cromwell. But you can see its manoeuvrability, and the turret traverse is just phenomenally good. So I pop back up over the ridgeline over here, just to take another peek, and again, I didn't see anyone, so I was feeling very suspicious. I was feeling very suspicious at this point. So, there wasn't anyone coming up into this little village over here, and usually there is. So I said to Brum, okay, right, we're going to go into this village, and we're just going to sweep through here. So far, this has been a very uneventful game, but I've just been trying to use this Cromwell as a scout. Now, of course, this isn't the main purpose. So yeah, so I've spotted this VK3001P here, and I dodge his shot, and I fire on the move, and I go around to encircle him. Now I don't try and slow myself down to go and cut the outside of this fountain here. I go all the way around the outside of the fountain, because I've got too much speed. Now I bounce a shot from what looks like the BDR-G1B, which is very lucky because that thing has a lot of damage that it can do. I take a shot from the VK, and now I'm encircling him. He is a medium tank, not a heavy tank, but, you know, he is basically a heavy tank. So I encircle the VK, quickly pop behind him just to make sure that the BDR can't kill me, and I realise that he's dead. So we've basically just neutralised the only two people that were holding this flank, which is very bad play by the enemy team. Very bad play indeed. So I decide to not go cap the base. Oh no, that would be stupid. But to go find their arty. And again, I didn't have to encircle this grill here, but I did. You know, just make sure that if I missed a few shots, that he couldn't return fire. And now the Hummel, I wasn't too sure where he was, so I went and scouted all the original normal positions. And there's a Hetzer just being, I don't know what the fuck this Hetzer's doing, but just look, what the fuck's he doing? He's definitely active. But I don't know what the hell he was trying to do. You know, and, you know, dodge back, fire a miss, and I spot the Hummel at the same time. Now my team is literally just dying everywhere. I've got the most kills on the team so far, and our team aren't doing very well. Not very well at all. They're just evaporating, basically. So I go around to this Hummel, and the SU-100 kills him, but I get the spotting damage for it, which is always nice. Now there's the two Hellcats over here. I try and dodge around this crater, but I just miss dodging it. So I don't want to slow myself down, and I'm swerving around here to try and avoid fire from the Hellcats, blow the Hellcat's tracks off, so he can't move, because I know his turret traverse is absolutely terrible, as you can see here. So, you know, I definitely have enough time to, you know, reverse the direction that I'm going in. So I'm just, you know, sat here surrounding the Hellcat, and this is how you need to play the Cromwell. And again, the SU-100 steals the kill from me again. This is the second time that he's done it now. Or third, I can't remember. Might have been third time. So I go hunting for the KV-1S, knowing that he's gone...
Time.
Oh, well. I go hunting for the KV-1S, knowing that he was in B1, but he's over there. So I don't stop to shoot at him, because I know he's turning his turret at him, and I don't fancy getting shot by his 122mm. Give a nice little jink there to try and avoid getting shot by him. Now, instead of going towards him, where he's going to expect me to be, I decide to head up over here, over to our base. Now, this is where you have to think fast with the Cromwell. The Cromwell is all... You know, the Cromwell is a tank where you really need to think. It's not a very noob-friendly tank. You have to really think about how you're playing this. Now, I think that the Churchill 1 and the SU-100 are more than capable of taking care of this KV-1S, but, you know... looks can be deceiving, I suppose. So I go to try. At this point, I'm going in to try and take care of the KV-1S, and I see he takes out the SU-100. So I'm thinking at the moment, well, I'm sure the Churchill 1 can take care of him, or maybe, I don't know. So make a quick pass over here to try and spot the KV-1S, but I don't spot him, which means he's probably gone behind the building which he was hiding before there, and the Churchill 1 spots him, which is where I thought he was going to be. So I pop round over here, and this is the only real first time I've stopped moving since I went and shot the Hetzer. And I put 2 shots into the KV-1S and see that his turret's turning, and I, you know, decide that his aim time was too long to shoot me. But in most situations, maybe it's not that good of an idea, because had he taken a pot shot, it was very possible that it could have hit me. So this KV-1S decides to ignore me now, and maybe I could have gone round in a different way, but I decided to go and stalk him. And very soon the KV-1S kills the Churchill 1. So it's, yep, there you are. So now it's just a face-off between me and the KV-1S. The KV-1S is looking at a Top Gun here. So I'm at this point it's very much about outplaying him. So I just, instead of going straight in front of him, giving him, you know, a point-blank shot at me, I decide to swing round by over these boxes over here, which certainly saves my skin over here. Now, it looks like I'm going to go on to the left of him, but I swoop around and go over to the right. And here we are, just encircling a heavy tank. I missed that shot, unfortunately. And I jink, and there we are. So...
1,907 damage.
Yep, 1,907 damage done. That is how you play the Cromwell. And, you know, what I was speaking, how I was speaking just then was literally how you have to think. You know, in some of my other games that I've, you know, shown the replays of, I have time to explain what's going on, but the speed at which I was speaking was literally the speed at which I had to think about whilst I was playing the Cromwell, because you have to think fast, you have to react to the situation quickly. You have to be able to make decisions on where to go, on how to do this, that and the other, because I'm pretty confident had I just gone to go where the KV1S expected me to go, because XVM was telling me he wasn't a bad player. You know, he was an average player, he was on the same level as me, really. You know, I was if I'd gone to where he was expecting me to go, he would have planted a shot into me. Okay, yes, I might have been able to kill him straight away, but maybe not. He could have gotten lucky, he could have set my engine on fire, and what's the point in spending credits repairing damage that is needless? I played tactically, and I, you know, got away without having another 300 or possibly 400 damage taken off me. And the only damage I really took, you know, actual damage to my hit points, were from that VK3001P. So yeah, and you know, as you saw there, I wasn't stopping to shoot, other than that one time at the end at the KV1S and at the Hetzer. I wasn't stopping to shoot, I was always moving, because you know, the key is not to get shot. So yeah, that was the Cromwell. This is again one of my favourite tanks at the moment, along with the VK3601H. And I'm pretty sure it's certainly one of Ben's favourite tanks as well.
It is. I hadn't really found a tank that I really enjoyed playing. Like, as you know, well, you don't know, but I'm at the IS-8 now, because I was kind of forced to grind towards the IS-7 because I didn't have a tier 10 in the clan and clan wars and blah blah blah. But anyway, so I hadn't really enjoyed going down that line. I mean, it was good fun, but there was just some times when I got really annoyed. But with the Cromwell, you know, even if you die, it's just a fun tank to play. You know, you'll never not have a game. I mean, I don't think me and Penguin or AK have had a game when we haven't had a laugh in the Cromwell. I mean, we always laugh in the Cromwell because it's just funny watching tanks desperately trying to turn around and save themselves, and then just, you know...
You know, these big heavy tanks that think, oh yeah, we've got these big guns that do a lot of damage and we have a lot of armour. Yeah, but that's at the front. We're little fast little bastard mediums that can go around your arse and flank. Anyway, so that's been the review of the Cromwell by M&K. I don't know why I said it like that, that was really stupid. We hope you enjoyed this review. Please do rate, comment and subscribe, or maybe just not comment, or not, you know, or the latter, just do what you want. I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course there are many like this. This was the first video that we've put up in quite a while, and we do hope to be getting some more out, considering it is now the summer holidays.
It's been the summer holidays for quite a while. It's drawing towards a close of the summer holidays.
Yeah,
so
but I've been away and doing...
I've been away and, well, we've been busy, so...
Anyway, so that wraps up the review of the Cromwell. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time.